Okay. Going live. All right. Gonna let the room fill up for a minute. I think Slasher Night's gonna be a popular night.
How could it not be?
I mean, come on.
People
Yeah.
may not like slasher movies.
Yeah. Doing a little bit of real-time research. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Well,
Yeah.
We got Dale, Bill, Cassandra, Don, maybe Audrey.
oh, it'd be cool.
We might have a super surprise guest. I was texting Ted Kinsella today.
Oh,
whoa, that'd be
That would
cool.
be cool.
That would be
you
great.
know, the other thing we should consider besides Lost Boys is The Shining.
Oh
And
man,
that would be a good reason to get Ted in here.
We could do
Yes.
mix. Why does it have to be one or the other?
Yeah, it could be half and half.
Yeah.
Because
I'd be
we
down.
like structure, Cassandra.
We don't have that abstract thought. We can't think that way in here.
Yeah, we don't think that way.
We don't have the capacity.
Oh. All right. Let's see. Is everybody finding the chat? Be sure to select everyone, not just panelists. And let's start.
Right. Unlike this one.
Illustration, isolation, illustration, isolation.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is John. Welcome to Illustration Isolation number 83 or 84, Timmy? For
83, I think.
83. That's amazing. I want to thank Dale Stefanos, Cassandra Loomis Kim, Bill Coe, Don Kilpatrick, Timmy Trebon, and we might have others join us throughout the evening, and everybody else that joins and participates with us. Tonight, I have to, sorry, I started talking and wasn't paying attention. I have to share my screen here. And we are going to be doing slasher movies. And this is not really my thing, but I did some research and I found some reference. I think this is pretty good. Love this shot. I know it was used a lot. There was a second one, but they must have made that movie on like $100 budget. The film quality was unbelievably poor.
Most likely.
Good stills from that film. So this is from obviously Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is Leatherface. Second pose, we're going to be doing Mike Myers. And then Ghostface from Scream. And then you can either, on the last pose, you can either do Freddy Krueger or Ghostface, one of the two. I'm sure you can all tell me a lot about these movies when we're drawing. I have only seen one of them. And one and a half, let's put it that way. It freaks me out. I mean, it's just not something I can get into real happily. So you put a knife and blood in a movie, I'm out. So it's just those things scare me badly, or they disturb me. Again, 3 poses tonight, 2 20-minute poses, 1 40-minute pose at the end. Post your work in between to hashtag illustration isolation for on Instagram, and then we'll go through and take a look at them on the end. And as Timmy will tell you, don't wait till the end. Post them during the session in between.
Yeah, we did a refresh last week, and that is not happening this week.
Whoa.
That was a special occasion. Don't get used to it.
All right. So I think we're ready to roll. So first up, I remember, is Leatherface. So I'm going to stop sharing.
So which one of these have you actually seen, John?
Well, I've seen half of this one. And then I've seen the next one, which is what I always get it confused. It's not Friday the 13th.
Halloween.
I've seen Halloween.
I thought you were gonna be like, I saw a quarter of Halloween.
Well, Halloween was Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what
Oh,
I
yeah. So you
See,
hung with
okay.
it. So you hung with that.
Can I just say, so you were telling me you can't watch Scream, but you can watch Blood Simple?
I can't really watch Blood Simple.
Okay, because I thought it was the Coen brothers. I thought like you were everything Coen brothers amazing.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, then
You
it's
haven't seen
better.
Blood Simple?
I
Oh,
have not.
man.
Oh my God, it's such a good movie.
I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it.
Okay.
What-
there we go.
what part,
Older
Sandra?
stuff, I'm out. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can shoot people all you want, but you can't
You can't stab them.
cut them.
You don't like the stabbing?
No, I don't like it
No
at all.
stabby.
Psycho got me, and what's the one with oh gosh. She was also I'll think of it in a minute. With Angie Dickinson. Bill, you'll know.
Oh, yeah.
Dress to Kill.
Dress to Kill. Oh,
That's
my
a hard
God.
movie to watch.
I've never watched that one.
Well, Michael Caine is particularly creepy.
Oh,
And Brian De Palma could show scary stuff like nobody else. I mean, I think that's a creepier movie than Halloween.
The worst knife movie I think I've ever seen was a horror movie.
Gangs in New York.
Yeah, that was good. But Viggo Mortensen or Mortensen?
Oh,
The
like
History of Violence.
Eastern,
yeah.
was
Oh,
that the-
Eastern Promises.
Eastern Promises. Oh my
That's
Oh
God.
man,
Oh.
yeah, that's brutal. Yeah,
That locker room scene is
Yes.
like it's like watching Psycho. It's you're so vulnerable. It's yeah.
Is that
I
like a
haven't seen that
Russian?
It's a
super
naked-
convincing
the
performance.
naked bathhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last time I ever visited one of those places. I just couldn't take it anymore.
The Banya.
Eastern Promises is a brutal movie.
Yeah, that's good.
Brutal.
So, Cassandra, what was it about Blood Simple that you couldn't?
That scene when like that guy is digging his own grave and they're fighting each other for it felt like 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it just would not stop, and everybody was just gasping for air and yeah, no.
I thought you were going to say it was when she stabs Emmett Walsh in the hand with the knife, and he busts through the thing, and he reaches through the wall to pull the knife out of his hand.
Yeah, it's like, well, that was the beginning of the end. Like, I just not my cup of tea.
I guess John and I talked earlier this week about we should probably at the beginning of the slasher night give a little disclaimer for young audience members, and I guess we missed the boat on that.
Sorry.
Yes, sorry.
Slasher movies are scary, and you shouldn't watch them until you're older.
Definitely should. They're awesome. It's cartoon. It's cartoon violence. It's not,
Crazy
not real.
hijinks ensues.
Well, that's why Dress to Kill is so creepy,
Yeah.
because it's not cartoon violence,
Yeah. Like that movie. I don't think any of them are scary. The slasher movies. That movie. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. That was like super creepy and scary. I don't think I even finished it.
I have not seen that.
I haven't seen that
Um,
either.
Really good performance. I wish I could remember the guy's name. But
Sorry.
I was so relieved when I went on to see him in other movies. You know what I mean? Because it was like, okay, all right, he's just an actor. It was just a movie deal.
Yeah, I don't care for like bloody, gory films, but suspense gets me. Like, you know, Halloween, I was watching that on Netflix, like the movies that made us, and they went into a whole spiel about how like they never used any blood for it. There was no fake blood. They didn't use any blood at all because they wanted it to be suspenseful. And you know, movies like that, they mess with me way more. I remember the first time I saw What Lies Beneath, and that one really scared me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, it's like Poltergeist, you know, when the old lady's talking about where the girl is.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
It's like it's like, you know, it's that age-old thing of sitting around a campfire, you know, where it's like it's your imagination that's taking you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think with Dress to Kill, that it's a razor blade. Somehow that makes it scarier than
That's
to me.
nasty.
Because it's just that give me the chills kind of thing.
I mean, this movie still scares me, and I think it's because of the poor production quality. It's just there's like a rawness to it that you're just like, oh man.
Yeah, I can see that.
I thought it was weird that his chainsaw is so tiny.
Well, he's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's like
That's a small chainsaw. That's like
Yeah, it is.
that is a battery powered chainsaw.
it's like my ego chainsaw, you know, got a little.
Yeah, you're right, Don. It's not an ego.
He's not compensating.
It's a confident.
It's a.
Yeah, careful, man. We're gonna go back into yard talk, you know.
What did you say, Jimmy?
It's a confident person's chainsaw.
That's
Yeah,
right.
would he use a ride-on mower or like a push? You know.
Oh, he's a
He's a
grasshopper.
ride-on mower guy. I mean, come
So
on.
guys, this is a push
No.
mower guy.
This is a push mower guy.
I don't.
Yeah,
no,
it's a push
I
mower.
disagree,
all
man.
the way.
No
This is a
engine.
push mower with no engine kind of guy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got some stuff
Yeah.
to work out.
Then he's one of those guys. He does that, and then he rakes the clippings up off the ground afterwards. And
Does
Oh,
he use
really?
the refuse
I
bag,
love
leaf
this.
Alright.
Making yard work.
Have you taken it more to Dad Illustration Town than
Guys,
this
I'm gonna
moment right
interrupt.
here?
Hey everybody, I'm gonna interrupt. We're really talking over each other. So
Sorry.
It's yard talk. That's why. I mean, you gotta.
Illustration
it.
Dad at their finest, defining killers by how they would mow their lawn.
Yeah. Can you use a leaf blower or not? I don't know.
Well done, y'all.
A metal rake with the sharp teeth spikes. You know,
There you
not the
go.
scratchy type of rake. It's really specific, isn't it?
Oh, geez. Oh.
So on a completely random note, I this week made my way through, got caught up on Thomas Blackshear, which has been amazing.
Oh man.
And I was laughing because he was showing the illustration for one of the Budweiser campaigns that was of his roommate Alex Bostic, which is one of my old illustration professors.
Right.
So I was laughing seeing young Bostic. And so then I started to try to find the image because I was going to send it to my friends that also had him as a professor. But instead, I found the illustration of you, John, and there's a poster on eBay that you can buy for $175 of that special illustration.
That's frightening.
I know what John's getting for Christmas.
Yeah, right. It's already framed and ready to go.
Oh man.
You would be obligated to put that up, you know.
I might buy it.
I think, wow.
So I never found the Bostic illustration, but I did find the John.
I have the Bostic illustration if you want it.
Oh, I do. Yeah, that'd be great. I also thought it was really funny when he was saying that Budweiser wanted him to get rid of the nipple. And he was just like, really? This is like a beer
Hey.
company.
They were okay with my nipple.
Exactly.
That's a little humble brag there, isn't it?
You think? It's like Dale and his long hair. Why am I going to hide that? You made me look like Tarzan in that thing, you know? It's like,
Oh, awesome.
I got some nice nipples there, man.
I was,
It's hilarious. So what are you guys all working in tonight?
Using that acrylic gouache again. Yeah. Trying a different brand of it though.
What brand are you using?
I'm kind of going back and forth between like the Liquitex stuff and the Holbein stuff that I typically use. Just trying it out. It's a little different, but they're both, I don't know. I like them both actually. I don't really think I'm pretty happy with both of them.
Well, I like now want to get myself a set because I keep seeing you work with it and everything turns out awesome. So then I'm like, I think I need to get that. And then my drawings will look like that.
What the thanks. Yeah, no, you should try it. I think you really would. Just, with what you do, I think it would work really well for you.
Cassandra, you didn't say anything about Tom singing the other night.
Oh, he did an epic monster mash. You're right. I had the song stuck in my head for the rest of the day. How do you know all the words?
I know he like all verses,
He
everything.
practices.
And then he also makes like the Frankenstein noise while he was working on it, just sporadically. I found it all delightful.
Yeah, we got some good in there during the
He is so good. He made that look effortless.
effort. It was
Oh, he really did.
I gotta watch this.
Oh gosh, I was in awe.
Right.
which is really interesting because you don't think of Tom as, like an alla prima painter. He's got all
Right.
these great technical facilitation, all these illustration techniques that he's taught, and we know him for. But man, he had no problem blowing that thing out.
Oh my gosh, he just knocked it out. And then he kept saying, "Oh, now I'm going to get into the details." And I thought he already had been.
Oh,
The other details.
Yeah, gosh, the epic details that makes it perfect.
Yeah. It was pretty amazing.
Sorry, I totally interrupted. Bill, what supplies are you using?
I'm just using these cheap Craftsmart acrylics tonight.
Oh, fun.
The cheapest acrylic paint that they have at the art supply store.
Oh, cool.
I like this stuff because it goes on. It's very flat.
Well, I'm a little insulted that you'd come to illustration isolation and use the cheapest materials you can get. I mean, that's
But isn't that basically kind of in the spirit of your dad?
Yep.
yep.
There you go.
I paint on cardboard every week. What are you talking about, John?
I'm basically painting on cardboard. It's like chipboard or whatever.
Well done. Well done.
Well, I found this board in I have a pack of unused Epson kind of photo paper.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe there were some nice prints in there or something like that. It was just blank photo paper. I was a little disappointed because I was like, oh, I've got some prints I'd forgotten about. And then I'm like, I can use this to draw on. So yeah, that's what I'm just using blue, green, and white.
Oh, cool.
That'd be cool.
How about you, Dale? What are you using?
Just charcoal pencils and this pan pastel stuff here.
Oh,
That's
cool.
cool. Hey, John, we can't see your board, by the way.
That's a good thing.
I doubt that.
No, I'm struggling.
This is
I
like
was
a
really having
hard.
fun when you came in here drawing the mummy
Oh, that's done a good job.
this morning.
Yeah, your mummy looked awesome.
Yeah.
But I can't seem to get back in. I changed materials, just drawing with charcoal.
Slasher movies seem to call for black material, right?
That's great, John.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
That looks
That's what you
fantastic.
thought.
But I haven't adjusted yet. My brain hasn't adjusted yet.
So am I doing it wrong because I'm using like blues and greens and stuff? and
Yeah.
Making
Yeah.
it all pastel looking.
Yep, you're doing it wrong.
I was gonna give him a picture.
I forget. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. Is he wearing a tie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he made it a business casual event kind of thing.
Yeah, you know.
Killer. Yeah, killer casual.
Oh, you gotta
I like what you did there.
You gotta dress for the job you want.
Just for
Exactly.
success, you know.
Press to kill.
Hey.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
Hey.
That was good. The other De Palma film, Blowout, that had some really creepy stuff in it too.
That John Travolta?
John Lithgow was the bad guy in that, you know, and he kills a bunch of people. He wants to kill Travolta and Nancy Allen, but he ends up killing a bunch of people completely unrelated, so it'll look like a serial killer. And he like stabs them, but he punctures them in the shape of like a telephone bell from like Ma Bell. It's just, I mean, it's really kind of a very thought out thing and planned thing.
Premeditated, would you say?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, the whole thing was, you know, but he kills all these other people as a precursor to killing that, you know, to trying to kill them.
Sheesh.
But I don't know. I mean, even though those movies were scary to watch, I loved watching them. They were so well done.
Yeah, they're fun. Thing is, there's not a lot of really, you know, there are fun horror movies or, you know, I mean, slasher movies, but they're usually not good movies. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy them, but very seldom. Like Silence of the Lambs, I'd say that's more of a thriller, right?
Yeah, the Photo is more psychological thriller.
Yeah. I mean, it's very seldom that you get like off the top of my head, I can't really think of a real horror movie it's really a good movie. Can anybody else?
I've got a good one.
What?
It Follows.
It Follows. Oh, that was good. Yeah, you're right. That was the STD thing, right?
Yeah.
It was like it was like kind of an allegory.
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was terrifying.
Oh, what about Sixth Sense?
Oh, that was good.
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of a thriller though.
Drag Me to Hell is a great one. Somebody just suggested that. I agree with that.
Is it?
I know something.
Oh, it's
Never seen it.
fantastic. Yeah. Here I've got some horror film trivia.
All right, let's go.
So what should our system be? Maybe we'll have like a buzzer system. So it's the first person to say me or something. I don't know.
Oh, this is starting to sound like Squid Game now.
Yeah.
Oh, I just started watching that, by the way.
I haven't been able to get to that yet. I don't know.
I just watched the first 2 episodes last
I don't think we have the focus as a group to do this.
Sure we do.
No,
Yeah.
sorry,
Go ahead.
go. Like we're just like a bunch of attention deficit kids here. Just
No, you gotta understand, we're already really concentrating, so I think
Yeah, I know,
we're
yeah,
already
yeah.
ahead of the
Squid
curve
Game.
here.
Squid Game, Netflix.
Squirrel.
All right. So
You
I'm
have
gonna
to-
ask a question, and before answering, we have to identify. You have to like raise your hand.
Oh, God.
All right. All right. What classic horror movie was originally titled The Babysitter Murders?
Beep beep. Halloween.
Yep, that's correct. That 1 point for Cassandra. Okay.
There's no hesitation.
I would have never have known that.
All right. Okay. How many people associated with The Exorcist died during production?
Ding, ding, ding.
All right, Don.
3.
Nope.
Oh,
Do you like that
Dang.
sound effect?
I do.
I do, man. That's good. We're moving up. We're getting.
All right. Anybody else?
666.
Ooh.
You want to maybe go with 6?
Yes.
Nope.
Was it 2?
None.
Okay, 9 or 12. I don't know which one it is, but
Oh, excellent. Excellent hosting.
9.
Yeah.
It's an app I found. This is the only way. I don't know the answers before you guys.
Oh,
So this is the way it's going. All right. In Scream, what is rule number 1 on Randy's list of rules for surviving a horror movie?
Oh man,
I can make this multiple
Me?
choice.
I knew this at one time.
don't go out by yourself.
Do you want? I'll make it multiple choice. And remember, you got to do the beep beep beep, as Cassandra established. All right. Option 1: don't go outside alone. Option 2: don't say "I'll be right back." Don't have sex, and don't drink or do drugs. Those are options 3 and 4. What's
Beep,
the?
beep, beep.
All right, let's hear it.
I think it's don't have sex.
It is.
Yeah, because whoever's getting together, they always get killed.
That was like rule number 1 on Halloween for sure.
All right. What was the original title of The Blob? Option A, the spheroid. Option 2, the glob. Option 3, the thing. Option 4, the lump.
Beep, beep, beep.
All right.
Isn't it the thing?
No.
Darn
The glob. Oh, wait a minute. Beep, beep, beep.
it.
Don, we'll give you that, even though you broke the rules.
I broke it.
You must put your answer in the form of a question.
Okay, I've got one more fun one, and then we can move on. What classic horror movie features a serial killer in a William Shatner mask?
Oh,
Beep, 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 beep. Halloween.
Oh, no. Does everybody? I didn't know that. Oh, that was.
What? Seriously?
What?
I didn't
That's
know.
a
that.
Timmy.
that's a William Shatner mask.
Okay, you guys really need to watch the movies that made us because they go in all to it. They were supposed to find the blandest
Yeah.
mask humanly possible. And so he came back with a clown mask and the William Shatner mask that he spray painted white and made the eye holes bigger. And like that immediately was it.
Oh, wow.
This is pretty creepy, man.
I have learned something.
You really didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, that was
no.
such a fun fact.
Is there a
Like,
George
wouldn't it be
Takei?
meta if William Shatner went as Mike Myers for Halloween?
As Mike Myers.
I would be so happy.
William Shatner.
That would be so amazing.
Wouldn't it?
Oh, I would just, yeah,
And then went into space.
totally.
And then
No, it
talked about
wasn't. Someone asked if the mask was inside out. No, it wasn't inside out. They just had to spray paint it. I think they like messed with it. They cut the sideburns off more and changed the hair a little bit.
They did something with the eye holes.
Yeah, they made the eye holes bigger.
Oh, so there wasn't like a hidden storyline that Michael Myers was a Star Trek fan.
No, but that would have been funny. Maybe there could be one.
That's how they'd stun him. You know, distract him by putting on an episode.
Yeah.
Versus Yeoman Rand.
Now, are you guys, is Kansas City just in Missouri or is it also in Kansas?
Kansas City is proper is Missouri,
Okay,
but
because,
it's a metro area that we refer to as both.
okay.
Kansas City, Kansas.
Because the fun fact is Halloween premiered the first opening city in Kansas City in like 1978 or 1979,
Wow.
because they wanted a smaller city in case it failed. then they would just bury it. But if it did well, they expanded. And so it did well and they expanded.
Thank you, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
good,
we're on the forefront of everything here.
really are.
Cutting edge. Or the stabbing edge.
Yes.
Sorry, that was really bad. But
All right, I have one more because that last one was too easy, apparently. All right. What child, or no, I've got a better one. Which horror movie was filmed in just 7 days?
Which one?
I'll give multiple choice. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Paranormal Activity, or Halloween.
Ding, 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 ding.
Go, Don.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No.
Whoa!
Ding, 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 ding.
beep beep.
Paranormal Activity.
There you go.
Can I give an alternate answer? What about the Titanic?
The film Titanic. Yeah.
Like this is almost, that almost just turned into, Saturday Night Live Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Luckily, before anybody got cued into that, it was shut down.
Oh, wow, everybody's looking really great. Oof, that's awesome.
What are you doing with that color scheme, Bill? It's looking good.
Oh, wow, Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
All you guys. Yeah, this is good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don, your guy looks on fire. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
Oh, Cassandra, that's awesome.
Thanks.
Oh, it's hard doing this in walnut ink. I don't know what I was thinking.
By the way, we're at 20 minutes on this first pose.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm quit.
Oh, it's good, John.
Yeah, John, this is looking good.
Yeah, that
So-
was awesome.
So now is a great time. Post your image for the first pose, and then we're going to be moving on to the next one. I'll in the chat add the hashtag and username, but tag us and we'll check it out at the end of the night.
Chuck's comments are cracking me up here. The famous Star Trek episode, Mirror, Mirror, Slasher, Slasher.
Mhm.
I'm just looking now. The comments. Yes, I do have blood on my hand. It's gouache, but I wanted, because it's slasher night, I wanted it to look like bloodied hands.
You've done a little costume for each night.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's the extent of my cosplay. That's the thing, like you do the subtlest Halloween costume that you can think of and see if anybody notices.
Candyman would be a good one for illustrators. You just have a hook, just one hand with your pen and the hook on the other.
Oh, good point.
I guess I could tape, like, hold scissors in one hand.
Go for it, Scissorhands, Edward Scissorhands.
Did you say we're changing?
We're moving on to the audience is moving on to the second pose.
Well, I'm with the audience.
All right.
Enough of this guy.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Means a lot, Dale. Thank
I'm a
you.
man of the audience.
The people.
I had already started this guy anyway, so.
Bill, we lost your camera.
I gotta-
I have a special guest that I'm going to be bringing in next week. I just want to warn you all.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
You
Is
will
it a cat?
No.
What we looking?
What's that?
Will we know them?
You'll see when you see.
That's exciting. This is
Good.
very exciting.
Well, when you announce a special guest, you don't say who it is,
Well,
right?
you could say, well, you'll recognize who it is.
Oh, you'll definitely recognize him.
Okay.
What? Come on, man.
You'll be very familiar with him.
I'm going to be sending out promotional stuff. Dale, next week, Dale Stefanos has promised that he's bringing a celebrity guest.
Yes, it is a celebrity guest.
For real?
For real.
No,
Celebrity guest.
Celebrity
Very famous.
guest.
Very famous. Everybody knows him. And I guarantee you are all very familiar with him.
Like
Oh,
famous with the capital F?
Capital F, baby.
wow. You're in Boston. So is it Matt Damon or Ben?
It's Ben Damon.
I guess
Ben
it
Damon, yeah.
could be Casey Affleck too.
Well, no, we don't talk about Casey anymore. Come on now.
Yeah, he got himself in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
sorry. But I figured, if he's available, that it would make sense.
He would
does
be
come-
available.
He does come cheap now. Yeah,
I just-
his rate definitely
I
dropped.
I was just basing it on availability.
Boy, I'm out of the loop. I'll have to ask later.
Yeah, we'll fill you in later, John.
Casey found himself in the middle of the times a changing.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Well, I know where you're at. Yeah. I heard something about that,
Yeah.
but I'm not talking.
Well, but celebrity guest next week, definitely not Casey Affleck.
No.
So, and maybe Matt Damon.
I don't believe it's going to be Matt Damon, but
Okay.
it is. I am near Boston, so you never know. It definitely could be
Yeah.
end up being, because there were only a few people around. It's not Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah. No.
Oh.
I always think of that SNL skit. Hey, chicken, say hello to your mother.
That was pretty good.
That was really good.
That was passable for sure. Yeah.
I would love to find out that Mark Wahlberg is like a very avid illustrator. Like that's
That was before he was a rap star.
yeah.
I know that Brad Pitt studied illustration at Art Center for a couple semesters.
Oh, no kidding.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he studied architecture.
I'm not sure. I just know just one of my colleagues, he was there at the same time that he was, and
Oh, cool.
yeah. Yeah, Eric Olson was there around the same time, like, early 80s.
He
Is there-
knows it Brad Pitt.
What's that?
Then I was asking Dale, does that mean it's Brad Pitt?
It's not Brad Pitt. It is.
Well, what's
is
the
a
point
male.
of even coming next week?
It is a male, and he has his own brand of handsome, but he is a striking looking fellow.
This is thrilling.
Not Tom
Own
Brady.
brand
I'm
of
loving how you go into
Not Tom
description.
Brady. He's kind of like Mark Wahlberg. He's not really.
Does
funny.
he say chowder or bahaba?
I was just up in Bahaba, and wow,
That was so good.
that's where I was last week. That's why I wasn't here. I was in Bahaba, and
Oh, Sandra, you're killing it.
even I was like, wow, the accent, my God.
Dale, you gotta do a hidden cam so we can like do a reveal too.
Yeah.
I think you know what I think. I have two cameras here, so I'm going to pull a bill and do the two
Oh,
camera.
yes, please. Yes, please.
Is this guest an artist?
What's that?
Is this person an artist?
Yes, it definitely practices a very particular art form for sure. Yes, and you will all recognize it. You all know his art. He's a painter.
Oh,
So
wow.
yes.
We're
He's
gonna-
a home brand of handsome, and he's a painter.
Sounds like Tim O'Brien.
No. Tim's
He's in New York.
It's like Tim, as of this week, Tim O'Brien is committed to be a guest speaker for us next semester.
Oh, that's awesome.
Exciting.
He's great.
I was just talking to him this morning, and there's a large possibility that it could turn into boxing talk. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, that's great.
Great.
It could turn into what?
Boxing talk.
That's right. He was training at one time, right?
With Tim O'Brien, how unusual.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that he and his wife did like a dress up night for during COVID.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
They were doing that for a little while.
That's cool.
So that's
She,
a Shatner mask. That's so odd.
You're still on that?
I'm just looking at that, like trying to see William Shatner in there. Like,
I guess I can kind of
Look
see
at the
it.
hair. Think of young William Shatner. This is
Yeah,
not
think of
older.
Captain Kirk.
oh yeah, I can see it in the hair. Yeah,
Captain Kirk,
yeah.
got that whole.
Is anybody going to quote "There's something on the wing"?
Oh wow, that's right.
Oh wow, nice. I was hoping he was going to whip that out in the post space interview there that went viral.
Right.
I was kind of waiting for that.
There was something on the wing.
Yeah.
Well, and then my favorite was the reference in Bridesmaids. Did you guys ever see that?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's a woman dressed in colonial garb on the wing.
There's a colonial woman on the wing.
I was thinking about that last night during study hall.
Bridesmaids?
Yeah.
Colonial woman turning butter.
The one the something on the wing,
Oh,
with the-
Twilight Zone.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, that was frightening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was scary.
Jeff
That scared
Daniels.
me.
Jeff Daniels in the car. That terrifying.
Sandra, I think you could do a Christopher Walken accent if you really tried.
I've always wanted to be able to do a Christopher Walken. I
Do you remember Mark Tyberski?
his was perfect.
You think that was
Absolutely perfect. Yeah, I was really jealous of Mark's ability to do Christopher Walken that well.
Does Edward do a Christopher Walken?
I've never heard him do it.
I've not heard him do it.
He spends most of the time on people that we all know, like personally.
I love that. Like is he really good at it?
He's incredible at it.
I mean, of course, Edward's extremely talented and he's done a lot with it. But I love seeing people who are hugely talented and use it for absolutely no good at all.
Yeah.
Like you were just saying about I forget about who, but I know somebody who did an amazing imitation of a neighbor, and I'm like, and he could keep doing it with all the neighbors. I'm like, you are like, that's talent, and so what?
Right. It's a useless human skill.
Yeah, it's great.
My favorite.
Edwards is the part I find the funniest is I know that all of us spend a lot of time like by ourselves. I was thinking of Thomas Blackshear
Yeah.
being in a studio practicing the Monster Mash. And so I know Edwards sits around and practices these impersonations, which are, and it's not just the quality of the impersonation, it's what he's saying. He's very funny with
Oh, so he has good material too.
the material's the best part.
Yeah. And I agree. Like, that's what's so wonderful about it. It's like, this person's put time in,
Yeah.
for nothing.
Yes.
Other than
It makes me,
entertainment.
it gives me so much joy when I come across that.
Well, that was so great about Tom's thing the other night. It's like you could, he had to have practiced that a lot. He didn't practice it a lot recently. He probably just went over it real quick to remember it. But I could imagine the amount of time he put into learning how to do that.
That thing?
No, he did the Monster Mash. He sang
Like,
Oh, the
3
Monster
minutes
Mash.
in
all the
he
lyrics.
did it in Boris Karloff's voice.
Oh, I didn't get there yet. Huh.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that was this week.
That would be a good Saturday Night Live skit. Somebody practicing their useless skill.
Well, you
Wasn't
usually
useless. You put it to work.
No, I know, but I mean,
the thing that is impressive about Ted is that he doesn't have to work at all to get into the voice, which most people I know who do like good impersonations, it takes like a minute to get into it and do it really well.
That's a good point.
He's great, like right out the gate.
That either means he's really super talented, or he's doing it alone way too often.
Yeah, I have a friend who like does like hundreds of like he actually can outdo Ted. He does hundreds of impersonations, like
Wow.
obsesses over them and practices them. And he won't do an impersonation unless he like warms up with it. And it was like the other week he sent me a video clip. Tom Hiddleston,
Yeah.
he is the most overly confident person and does the worst impersonations.
Oh, no kidding.
But
I ran into him.
Oh, really? He
Like
thinks
literally, I almost dumped my beer on him accidentally.
so he thinks he's a good impersonator, but he's so bad.
He does a really good Graham Norton though.
Man,
Oh.
I saw a highlight reel. It was like if they hadn't labeled the impersonations underneath them,
you wouldn't know.
oh, you wouldn't have known. You'd have been like, why is Tom Hiddleston trying to do a goofy voice? But yeah, my friend used to like, he could teach people how to do impersonations really well, which is really interesting when you start to like understand how another person's mouth is like shaped and how it works. It's really interesting. You can
the
because there's
SNL
so
chick
many-
talk about that.
Really? There's so many YouTube videos. You can learn Christopher Walken really easy.
She was talking about Drew Barrymore and how it was all about how she holds her mouth. And the minute she held it the way that Drew Barrymore does, she had her like the right speech pattern.
Yeah.
But I will say Tom Hiddleston is a very confident man. When I was in Iceland and he was behind me and I didn't know, and I turned around real quick with a beer and he was standing in the tiniest bathrobe, trying to get to the hot pots outside to see the stars, but he was going to cut through the dining room and they were stopping him because they're like, oh no, like you have to be wearing pants to like go through the dining room, and he wasn't. And so I turned around and I was like so shocked, like I almost dropped my beer because I was like, that is the smallest bathrobe I've ever seen.
Did you laugh?
I kind of like choked on my laugh and quietly walked away.
But Cassandra, you've met now more than one Marvel Universe actor.
Well, they were filming Thor 2 in Iceland, and I happened to be in this very remote spot that they were like holed up. So like you get called on the phone if you want to go see Northern Lights in the middle of the night. And so I got a call and I went out, and then next to me suddenly I heard whoa, and it was Chris Helmsworth, like looking at the Northern Lights right next to me.
That's cool.
Oh, wow.
And he stays in character, by the way. Like he had his Thor hair in, and I was with my mom, and they lost some of my mom's clothes because she was getting them washed before we headed to this like remote spot. And she was looking sad on a couch, and he walked over and he goes, "Why are you so forlorn?"
That's funny.
The staying in character, I I understand how an artist can make an argument for it, but I can't help but imagine how many people in their lives are just horribly inconvenienced by it.
Daniel Day-Lewis, man.
Yeah, to be around Daniel Day-Lewis during any of his films, I would
Oh,
just
that must be
imagine it was
hard.
just miserable. Yeah,
They're probably the very same people who are hugely benefiting from that person being successful.
Well, his wife was
Were
with him, and
there- were there
seemed
his
equally
children?
happy and delightful, and he seemed really nice. So I think like Thor is a good guy to stay in character as.
yeah. But if they were like, oh yeah, you can't get Daniel Day-Lewis on the phone because he's pretending he's from the 1800s right now. Be like, is it really
Yeah.
making? Is
Don't
this,
have telephones in 1800.
yeah.
That's a really good point. I didn't know. Guys.
I don't care how much his assistant is benefiting from him. It can't be a good month for them.
Well, what's his face from Lord of the Rings? Like apparently he carried his sword everywhere. Like he would go into bars and like have his sword with him just because he wanted it to look so casual on film. He just carried his sword everywhere.
See,
was it?
I hear that.
Who's
Was it-
that?
I'm
Was it
blanking on his
Viggo
name.
Mortensen?
Ranger. What's his face?
Oh,
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen. Yeah, and he would like sleep outside on the ground so that he was,
Okay, to me, Viggo Mortensen was not carrying the sword around realistically, but this is my guess. I think it may have more to do with, hey, guess what movie I'm in?
No. Like I heard that he was comfortable carrying like the weight of it, like that he was just casually carrying it everywhere.
Huh.
Yeah, but then people are like, hey, why do you have a sword? Oh,
Well,
I'm
nobody
in-
questioned it because they all knew that everyone was there for Lord of the Rings. So they were just like, yep, that's Vigo.
Oh, I feel like
What
it's
if-
like, don't forget my status.
Now, he doesn't strike me as that kind of guy, though.
Yeah.
Oh, what about him does it?
Have you seen Captain Fantastic?
Except for the fact he was carrying a sword around.
Yeah, yeah. I
Not
find
that
it
kind
hard
of
to
a guy.
believe. I
Except
feel
for he
like
has a sword with him all the time.
I feel like I know people who do that for like a living. They carry heavy things around, and and they don't have to bring those heavy things to the bar with them. It just seems a little like maybe he could have just done a weight routine. You know, I understand though, Cassandra. You make a compelling point. He seems like a nice guy, so you could be right.
I heard he's an artist. Is he the guest that's coming next week, Dale?
Well, we've mentioned him twice now tonight. So I think he's gotten all the play he's going to get here. And I detect a little disdain in Timmy's voice. So he
Well,
was
last
on the
week-
list and he's not anymore.
Yeah, last week Chris called me the dictator of our Zoom call.
Oh, I love that whole dynamic. Oh,
Yes. Like, I feel like
Well,
you guys walk into the room and, somebody sneers at the other and says, hello, Newman.
yeah. He called you the dictator?
I think that's how I
Oh, why was I
remembered.
in Bahaba?
Yeah,
Having chowder.
yeah. It was something of the effect, which was, whatever Timmy says goes.
Love it. Love it.
Whatever dictator Timmy wants.
No, but it was referencing something pretty good, Timmy. It was saying we need a dictator to run the class,
Oh.
to make it work. That was his messaging, I think.
No, yeah, he was we later were talking about disagreements, and I said disagreeing with him is the favorite part of our friendship.
Oh, so he is in that way, he was pro-dictator.
Yes.
Wow.
He believed that I was the dictator the room needed but not wanted.
So you're like Batman, basically.
Yeah, I am kind of
Oh.
like a boring Zoom Batman.
A boring Zoom bat. Wow, what a profile description.
Does that go on your resume?
Yeah,
Boring
Zoom.
Zoom. What is it? Boring Zoom
Batman.
Batman. Jeez. Good for you.
Depressing.
Cassandra, I have to say that there's no better response to an overconfident man in a teeny tiny bathrobe than somebody snickering at him.
Yeah, that's a killer.
Especially a woman snickering at him.
Well, it was just, you just don't think you're going to run into somebody when you're in a dining room and in a teeny tiny bathrobe.
Right. But that's the best response that you could have.
That's devastating.
Yes, it's excellent.
Yeah.
I suffer from a lack of poker face. I think that's that's my problem.
I'm sorry, a lack of what?
Poker
Poker
face.
face.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck just called me the Zoom night.
Zoom.
I like that he said mutes all.
I wish there was a way to mute everybody all at once, but I have to do
Wow.
it. I have to do it individually.
Ooh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh,
Power mad.
There's not like a batch mute, unfortunately.
I mean, I'm sensing a Halloween costume that needs to happen here.
the Zoom Batman.
Yes.
I can imagine these Zoom calls that are these calls to Zoom that Timmy's having. Is there any possible way?
Yeah. You know what's funny? Before you all knew what Zoom was, I would, because we've been using Zoom for like 5 years now. I would like call in and I would talk with their tech team and like suggest ideas all the time and stuff. Can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You haven't like made your way to the top because you were friends with them first?
No, but like I would get on video calls with their like tech support and they would like, they changed a couple things because we requested them. That was back before the entire world got a
You're like the
Back
hipster of
before
Zoom.
COVID made them insanely popular.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to kill the conversation and Timmy's going to shut me off here, but why did Zoom take off and Skype just, it seems like they died.
God, Skype's just kicking themselves right now.
Yeah, what? I don't
Yeah,
care, so I don't know what
That's a
happened.
good question.
Okay, it's multi-pronged. They did not have the support they needed from Microsoft. And 2, they did not leverage their multi-person meetings as much as they should have, which Skype became known really just for one-on-one video conferencing. Even though multi-person like meetings was possible in Skype, they didn't have the infrastructure to do it on like a enterprise level.
Huh.
It was like,
And they just didn't see the value in it. Is that it?
maybe, I don't know. It just seems like Microsoft didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you know the answer.
Well, because I had to, Cassandra, there was a time where I was like the belle of the ball and all these video conferencing companies would have meetings with me to try and convince us to go with their video conferencing
Wow.
software. Because not Skype didn't care, obviously, but some of these smaller video conferencing companies, which back in 2016, they were smaller, really worked hard to get like small organizations. So, and Zoom was really awesome. I mean, now I don't know about that, but at the time it had like a little company vibe. Yeah.
Dale, I love what you're doing with those pastels. It looks like you're painting.
It feels like painting.
It looks like a watercolor, and then it's just so smooth. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it feels like painting. It's cool. I used to use these a lot more than I do now.
I'd never seen them before you started working with them the other week.
Are those special like palette brushes that you get with that, or you buy for those?
Yeah, you can get them in a. Let's see here. And usually, like at Blick, they sell them in the same area. So where is it here?
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
these come like this here. You
Gotcha.
can get all different kinds of tips.
Wow,
And they're pretty cheap.
Huh.
that's
I get a
cool.
lot of them because you can blow right. They're just spongy. And you blow through them pretty quickly. And the actual pastels come in these things here. I don't use any of the colors.
They're cool.
They
Yeah.
look like, yeah. There's a question, how do you do that with pastels? What do you do to add to it work? It's just straight pastels, right? It's pastel powder.
Yeah, just pastel powder, and then a lot of times I just fix it and oil paints over the top.
Wow.
It's a good way to just kind of block in things very quickly, and you can take it as far as you want and then just start painting.
That's cool. I love watching you draw. I love, watching people draw, but someone who does it as well as you do is just an amazing thing.
Oh, well, are you still talking to me?
Yes. Yes. Talking to me.
I know. That's very nice.
Nobody else here.
That's very nice of you. I think we all, I really appreciate that, Bill. Thank you. Because I think you're an incredible drawer.
Thank you.
I am not nearly as brave as you are. Like, I'm very timid, and it seems like you can just do whatever you want, and something interesting happens.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You
Yeah.
say sometimes it's a disaster because you've taken this into a really great direction. I mean, some of the ways you cartoon things, oh my God, that blows my mind.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you're supposed to say, what do you mean about cartooning things?
Oh, wait, man. Everything I do is advanced cartoons. That's all.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, I was impressed when you're talking about lighting yourself and using that information to inform, and change a photo.
I spent all day today shooting reference because the photo reference they gave me isn't what I want. So I spent like 3 hours just shooting reference. I should show that
Yeah.
to the. I don't mean to you guys. To
I think it's an important step to understand.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
in our class, it really is, because
Definitely.
you can use reference and still really make it your own.
Mhm. Well, John, you were doing a good job of pointing out how Thomas Blackshear works with reference and inspiration. I really liked seeing the overlays and the overlaps.
Thanks.
That was cool.
I'll take all the credit for that. Tom had nothing. I made all the stuff up work really well.
Well, I think there's a lot to be said of when you have your own process, you don't think about it being a personal process and unique to you until someone else may point something out. They're like, oh, everybody doesn't do it that way.
Oh, Cassandra, that's fun.
Oh, thanks.
You're using walnut ink? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I made a batch of walnut ink. And now I'm trying to make use of it because I have 3 cups of it.
That's cool. I've read the first part of your post. It's really nice.
Oh, thanks.
Well, yeah, it's informative. I love the pictures. Yeah, you chose, and I was looking because I just wrote a post as a prequel to my comics class coming up. And
Oh, exciting.
so I was looking at yours before I added my images, just kind of see what you did.
Oh, I was just loving that you all were letting me just geek out about something and write it up. So I had fun kind of capturing the process. And it's free and it's easy. It just, it's just all about letting things boil for a long time.
Is this on Studio Bridge?
Actually,
I did a visual passage blog post just about how to make walnut ink.
Yeah.
I just dropped
cool.
the link to it. I just dropped a link to it in the chat. So anybody
Oh, that's
wants to check
awesome.
it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
yeah, I mean, it's just literally, we have a bunch of walnut trees out here around Richmond. So I just was able to get some off the ground and use that.
Have you seen that book on, there's a guy who forages, he uses different things for ink, like walnut, but then he like rusty nails and stuff like that. Have you seen that?
Oh, wow.
I haven't, but like I've heard like pokeberry makes a really great red ink, mulberries, obviously. Like apparently red onion skin, if you collect them, that would make a nice ink also.
Mhm.
Huh.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, there's, I forget the name of the book. I bought it a while back and I think I've lent it to a student or something, but yeah, the guy, he was foraging ink off of all this different stuff, just random things. I mean, I don't know how, like, obviously much of it's probably not archival, but pretty cool.
It's just fun to do. And it's kind of nice because I've been so focused on my solo show, and like the way I personally have to relax is like hyper focus on something else on my off hours that's just not necessary and silly, and that like relaxes me, and then I can focus again on the stuff I need to get done.
That's cool.
That is cool. It's very beautiful. Your drawing, this piece reminds me a little bit of Mark Chiarello's work. Cassandra, do you know his work?
I'm trying. Who's Mark Trello again?
He was the art director at DC Comics for a long time. He did it
Oh,
on the
cool.
Negro League Hall of Fame.
well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Good artist.
He's a great
Yeah.
artist. Yeah.
Well, you know what got me on the kick was we were talking about the illustrator that did the scary stories.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I can't remember the last time I've tried to work in ink. So it made me want to try to work in ink and do scratchy illustrations.
Who was it? Who's the artist you're talking about?
Oh gosh, what I know who you're talking about. I forget his name though.
I always forget his name, and his art is really well done because I'm still scared of him.
Stephen Gamble, somebody posted.
Oh.
that.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
he's great.
Thank you.
He's
I feel
great.
like, Gina, you have to do it every week because we always forget.
Jenna, I wanted to take credit for it, Jenna, and not just say, I thought of it, but it's right there for everybody to see.
Stephen Gamble. Yeah, he's great.
Nicole, I don't know anything about making ink out of hickory nuts. Google it though. I mean, I saw an artist last year making walnut ink, and I messaged him to ask him questions, and then I Googled the rest to figure it out. But there's a way.
I think that's interesting. That's something I would never do. I mean, just think about making my own art supplies. Just it's kind of beyond me.
It stops at making your own art.
Yeah, it's like I have a hard enough time trying to use this stuff.
But like I love minute process, like little details, little steps. Like I love to crochet. Like if something takes a year to make, I'm fine with the fact that it takes a year to make. If it's not as long as it's not something that's required for a deadline or anybody, like that, all of that's just fun. If it's for a deadline, then it's not as fun.
Hey, so if we're gonna go with that long last like final pose,
We need to switch.
we need to switch. So we're gonna move on to the third and final pose, which means you have the option to choose between Scream and Freddy Krueger. So choose whichever of those last two images you want to go with and run with it. Be sure to post your second drawing, Halloween. Be sure to post that now. I'll drop the info in the chat, and we're going to check it out at the end of the night. And if I can see a lot of new people are joining tonight, which like welcome. And be sure to share your work with us. Highly recommend drawing along.
It's really cool seeing everybody's work. I love seeing everyone's work at the end.
Also, I'm just curious, how many people do you think are, do we have any diehards that would have rather watched or are just like gonna watch Dune after this? Because didn't Dune come out today?
Oh, we did.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Midnight showings, right?
I think it's on HBO now.
It's on
Yeah.
HBO,
Oh.
yeah.
No, it's not on HBO.
What is it on?
It's
No,
on HBO Go, yeah.
it's not out yet.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, they'll probably do like a
Okay,
midnight.
well, thanks, Timmy.
No, I'm just imagining immediately the room would empty out.
But that's what I was thinking is that
No,
Don't
No.
tell them there's
Taking
something
money
better
out.
to do.
yeah. Yeah, there's Dune is not out right now. Yeah.
When is it coming out?
Never.
Never.
Someday.
No.
we'll get you up to speed after this, Don.
Yeah, we'll tell you about it later. Is everybody excited or some people skeptical of it?
I've always been a Doom troll. Like I always like to troll people who are into Dune.
Because
I never got into it.
I don't know why, but Dune feels like very, very popular amongst art kids.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but I love trolling them about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of like I know Sam Weber is a huge Dune fanatic. Personally, like that David Lynch movie, I never read the book, so I think you have to read the book. I think it's like Lord of the Rings or Harry
Yeah.
Potter or whatever. You've got to read it at the right time of your life, and then
Yeah.
you're in, right?
I tried to read Dune a couple years ago, and it was slow for me. I'm sure it's good. But I'm also like a person that I read a book every night, but that only means I read about 30 words and then fall asleep.
It's totally me.
Yeah.
That's funny. What are you reading now?
Right now, I'm reading a book that I picked up and started reading a while ago. What is it called? Lauren Panepinto designed the cover of it, which is great.
Oh.
Let me look up the title. I don't know why I'm going totally blank. Ministry of the Future. Yeah.
What's it about?
It's a science fiction. It takes place in like 2 years ahead of now. And the Ministry of the Future is a group of people who are tasked with representing future generations against climate change.
Oh, interesting.
Oh wow.
It's taking place in this world where like heat waves are now, international crises, and it's largely rooted in some parts of it are very much rooted in a harsh reality, I think.
Yeah, so it's not that far from reality then, it sounds.
No, that's
Oh.
I tend to not really get into fiction very much, but I'm actually really enjoying it because a lot of it is very like informative. The only thing that I think that I struggle with it is I want to walk away and like talk about it as if some of it is factual information, and it's kind of hard to know where the truth ends and where the science fiction begins,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I love it. I highly recommend it. Lauren Panepinto designed the cover, which is cool. And I didn't realize until I was reading it. Gianna said, "Don't you know that person?" And I like looked at the cover and I was like, "Oh, I do."
What's the title again?
Ministry for the Future.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm getting it right. Yeah. It's by Kim Stanley Robinson. It's really
Is it a illustrated cover?
Here, I'll share an image of it so everybody knows what we're looking at. Oh, this is slow for everybody. This is bad entertainment. Sorry.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very graphic, but yeah, it's a good book. I highly recommend it. It's a little pretty tough. If you get stressed out by global warming, which I do, it is hard to read at times.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like probably on point, but can be overwhelming.
I don't know, man.
I'm all about the escapism right now.
Me too.
Yeah, there's been enough reality in my life, at least. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, you're more of a Hunger Games guy.
no.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Talk about you'll laugh because this is probably exactly what you think I would be reading, but it's actually very unusual. I'm reading this book called Nothing But a Good Time, and it is like a person by person retelling of the whole LA hair band scene.
Lou Reed.
No, not Lou Reed. No, but bands like Poison and the whole LA hair
Oh,
band
fun. That sounds
thing.
great.
And it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's like it's really it's hardly even reading. You know what I mean? It's quotes and sort of in talking head style. But the thing about it is it's actually hidden in there is an incredible story of how to succeed, because it was such an incestuous scene. Everybody had been in everybody's band, and everybody failed at one time or another. And the only reason these people are in this book was because they were really successful eventually. So it's like a great kind of case study in networking and doing the best with what you had, because all these guys were just totally broke. So it's really, I look at it from the standpoint of it's like an entrepreneur's handbook for how to be successful in a given situation, and you can apply this to anything.
That's cool.
What's
Yeah.
that called again?
What's that?
What's that called again?
Nothing But a Good Time.
Oh, cool.
It's named after that Poison song. I know if Chris was here, he'd be saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Poison what? Yeah. I don't read as much as I wish I could say that I read, I guess. I watch more television than I wish I just started watching Succession.
Oh boy,
Yeah, no spoilers, please. I know
that's fun. I will give you a spoiler. Everybody's
I'm gonna mute you.
rotten. Everyone's rotten.
Oh yeah. I was telling John that today. I was like, a lot of despicable people.
Yeah.
So I'm just in it's all pretty brutal. All the entertainment I'm consuming is like pretty rough.
We've been catching up with that, but like our Sunday night thing is Succession. Like I said, we've been catching up, and then follow that up with Ted Lasso to kind of.
Oh,
That's a nice
love
palate.
Ted Lasso.
Ted
I
Lasso,
love that show.
Great palate cleanser.
Yeah,
Yes.
what a great show.
Not
It really
not
is.
my favorite Kansas Cityan.
Oh yeah, you were saying, yeah.
No. Yeah. I mean, I'd have no issue with Jason Sudeikis, but he portrays us as a bit of bumpkins.
You mean you're not?
Delightful humans that everybody wishes were in their lives.
Yeah. He's kind of like I don't like the hayseed portrayal of Kansas City.
Golly gee shucks.
Yeah.
I do like that you were talking about last time how you didn't enjoy his accent and then said something with a very heavy accent in that room.
Oh my God. I've never had I don't have an accent.
Oh, I love
You
when
said
people say
rook
that.
instead of root.
Yeah, you stepped in that one, man.
Yeah, I love when people. I don't either.
No, guys, if you were gonna become a newscaster, they're gonna send you to like they're gonna send you to Kansas City and they're gonna say, get an accent like these people. It's nondescript as possible.
No, everybody says that about their region. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
say that. People were trying to convince me that of Michigan. I mean, give me a break. Like, it's Michigan. You can't get more Midwest. I don't believe it.
I
believe it.
know. Yeah, I love it because ever so often you get kind of that Bobby's mom accent just slips a hint in. It
Yeah.
starts to scooch over to Michigan.
Go get my car.
Oh, Bobby.
Arr. Yeah.
What about California?
I don't know.
No, there is. There's like it's it's a little bit of a valley girl. Like people make fun of it, like and do extremes, but there is a bit of this. I can't do the California, but I do think California has an accent.
It's pretty mild, though.
I'm from California.
Well, Southern California, man. I think people kind of.
Who can do an impersonation of a Kansas City?
I can't. I don't,
Kansas City accent.
If John and I have such thick Kansas City accents.
Well, for once, I can say you say rough.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, and John can probably account for this, I mispronounce things wildly.
How much is mispronunciation and how much is accent?
Gianna will be like, why did you say it like that? Yeah. John, do you say roof or I don't even know what the other roof?
He's from Connecticut.
Roof.
Yeah, Dale, that's an interesting thing. My mother had an extreme Texas accent.
Oh, wow.
My father had lost most of his. He went to art center and pretty worldly guy at a fairly young age, and had lost a lot of his accent. But my mother never did. And then when I moved to Kansas City after growing up where I did, just outside of New York, I thought the people in Kansas, I thought it was just, I did not recognize anything. And I think that Timmy, there's truth to what Timmy's saying, is that there is very little accent here in Kansas City.
Yes. It's referred to as the Midland American English accent.
But it is an accent.
And it is, well, Cassandra, everything is an accent.
Right. But you keep saying you don't have an accent.
It's hard to identify.
It's the most, okay, so the semantics of it, yes, you're correct. But I was saying that like it's the most bland accent and it's preferred for national broadcast.
That's true.
Yeah.
Are you saying that people from Kansas City are really vanilla?
Oh. Ooh.
I'm saying they're not like Ted Lasso.
Then I'm sorry for y'all because Ted Lasso is a delight.
Yeah.
But no, see, I haven't seen Ted Lasso. So in the series, he's supposedly from Kansas.
Yeah, and he does have a very heavy accent. Like I agree, it does not match what I've heard from anybody from Kansas City.
He
sounds more Alabama than he does.
Yeah, I would have never thought. Yeah, I guess.
So I would have no issue had they just said he was from Kansas, but he's specifically from Kansas City.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But isn't he like actually grew up in Kansas City too? Like the actor?
Like part of his childhood. I don't know how much of it, but yes.
So that's what's even funnier. Would probably affect you more.
It's like more annoying and yeah.
I can see that. I can see how that. I haven't seen that yet. Everybody's been talking about it, but I have yet to.
I haven't either, Don.
I haven't either.
Oh, it's just makes you feel good. It's just happy. I would say it's a story about different kinds of friendships.
Oh, cool.
And
it's like a football club in England or something.
Yeah, because they take like stereotypes and kind of turn them on their ear. Like how male friendships are often shown are around discussions of women, but more often than not, it's not. It's about like they're discussing character and just struggles in life. And, then you have like a friendship between two women that are in powerful positions. Like so often they have it in TV, it's represented in caddy, like as a caddy competition, but here it is a genuine relationship of like support. And so I think it's just a refreshing twist on how relationships are normally seen versus how they're shown in the show.
Cool. I'll definitely check it out. I just, it's like one more subscription, and I'll eventually probably get around to it or whatever. Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice in this moment because it's like it's this relentlessly optimistic show with I think without being like saccharine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I can have. I'll check it out.
I mean, they gave it like 50 Emmys, so it's definitely.
You're just angry about the accent.
No, I am acknowledging it got a bajillion Emmys. Like,
did you watch it though, Timmy?
I did watch it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first season. Wasn't, I mean, I get it. It is good. It's great. And Dale, that's a great description of it. It walks the line pretty well.
I mean, the only thing I'm aware of it is I read like an article where the person was hating on it. But I was like, it intrigued me enough to, I don't know.
I am surprised it has such universal popularity. But that's great.
I think it's the timing is big, like Dale, you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, we've just come off a pretty toxic time here, and for that to pop up, that's really weird.
Yeah.
Like, no, I wouldn't have predicted that. Like that's what we're all clinging to after what we've been doing. Okay.
You know why The Last Man just came out on FX, which is a really, I mean, if I don't know if anybody's read the graphic novel, but I was a big fan of it, and I'm not sure if it's like doing really well or I like anybody's talking about it. So
watch the first couple episodes of that.
I like it.
I tried watching it, and I gotta be honest, I wasn't getting into it. I felt it was a little affected, but
oh my god, it got canceled. Somebody just said it already got canceled.
Oh,
I gotta be honest with you, I'm not surprised. I don't know, I didn't get into it. I think the subject matter is interesting, but the characters, like, oh my gosh, they're just so
whiny.
Yeah, so whiny. I'm not into it. I don't know.
It could have been my attitude. Like, it still could be a good show, so I don't want to like poo on it. It just
Well, it sounds like they agreed with you. If it's been canceled, it was a good graphic novel though.
Oh, I heard it was a really well done graphic novel.
See, I got to go check that out. I feel bad that my first introduction is that show instead of the graphic novel, so I'll look at that.
I read the graphic novel like 10 years ago. I think it's
should read the graphic novel.
Yeah.
You should always read before you check it out. Yeah.
I have to say, I read Dune years ago. I was about, 18. And I read 4 of the books and liked them. I was thinking about rereading them.
My God, there are 4 of them.
Yeah, well, there's like 5 or 6 of them, but Frank Herbert died.
I never even tried reading the first one.
Yeah, I mean, they go in different places, but
it's like 4 infinite jests. Please no. Anybody read that?
I don't know what's that.
Infinite Jest? Oh
Yeah.
God. It's one of those books you're supposed to read if you're going to attempt to be intellectually literate. I just bounced straight off. David Foster Wallace.
Yeah, David Foster Wallace. Dale, when I was in DC, I went to 3 places of like other people's apartments and stuff. And every single one of them, it cracked me up. Every single one of them had a copy of Infinite Jest laying around somewhere.
Yep.
And it is the craziest book to just have laying around as if you were reading it.
I've attempted 3 times and like I throw it across the room every time.
I mean, I'm suspect of anybody who claims they've read it. I'm kind of like, did you skip a little bit?
Right. I've made it to
Is
like,
it-
the page 200 or so, but
Oh, that's commendable. That's probably
yes, it is.
Dale, that's probably further than David Foster Wallace got.
Oh, yeah. I was like, this guy is he's really just being a jerk.
Oh, he's
It's so like out of, what is Infinite Jest?
Never
It's a
heard of it.
very thick book that is basically made up of asides, tangents, occasionally gets back to the story, and then goes off to another flight of fancy. I didn't finish, so I don't know if it ends up anywhere. The writing is really good, but
if it was published in when was it published?
I think
I think it's probably, if you were to put together a list of 100 most like important texts of the 1900s,
yeah, it's in there.
it
Yeah.
would probably be in the top 100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
I've
sure.
always heard the title, but I honestly don't know what it's about.
Yeah,
Never
the
heard.
jest is he's trying to get you to get through the book and blocking you every single step of the way.
Hmm.
Oh, I hate that book.
I love David Foster Wallace though.
Me too.
Yeah, but yeah, that book, and Dale, like when I was in college, I was an English major. We had to read Finnegan's Wake.
Oh yeah, I've tried that too.
Dude, nobody has read Finnegan's Wake.
How far through did you make it? Because I
Like,
tried
not
that too.
even- I threw it down like probably 50 pages into it and found a something online.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding,
Oh,
really?
man. Yeah. There was no way. And yeah, I don't think James Joyce read Finnegan's Wake. There's no way his editor read it. Because if his editor had read it, maybe we'd all be able to read it.
Yeah. That's funny.
So is that Infinite Jest book like an Arthur Kessler type book? You know what I'm talking about? Like
I don't know.
oh gosh. I'm trying to remember the name of the book. I started trying to read it and I was just like, I
Darkness
can't.
Visible?
What's that?
Darkness Visible? Is that it?
No, there was
Oh, that's his William Golding book. I'm sorry.
there's a couple of others. Gosh, I'll remember it when we're done with this thing. But anyway, yeah, I tried reading it and it was interesting, but it was so difficult
Hmm.
to get through.
Yeah, and it's not like difficult like Cormac McCarthy is often a difficult read. Like Blood Meridian was really beautiful, but there was almost no punctuation.
Oh, okay.
But very poetic and like super violent, but really beautiful. But it's a difficult read, and this isn't like that. Like the actual reading is easy. It's the why am I doing this?
Oh, okay. So it's not like Brothers Karamazov difficult.
No,
It's more like you just can't read it. Just like
No, not at all. No, and that's the maddening thing is it very readable, and it's like talking to someone who will not stop just emptying their mind.
Oh my gosh, no, please, no.
You know what I mean?
I can't emotionally
Like,
handle that right
consciousness?
now.
Dale, have you read The Deer Slayer?
The Deer Slayer. No, I have not.
That I had the same experience. I stopped and started it like 10 times and finally gave up and just like, nobody can read this. It's because they were speaking, it's written like they were speaking 300 years ago in a kind of a urban delivery, a very rural delivery. And you couldn't understand it. I mean, it's like, you just get so frustrated and give up on it.
Yeah.
I have one more Infinite Jest question, Dale.
All right.
'Cause you've gotten far further than I have.
Well, now I feel good about it. It's one of my I want to do it before I die, but it's not going to
Yeah.
happen.
To have gotten 200 pages into it though is like opening the front door though.
I know.
No, I feel like if you don't want to read Infinite Jest, and correct me if I'm wrong, you could just watch the movie Idiocracy. And I feel like that's like the non-readers.
Yep.
Really?
Isn't that like basically?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen Idiocracy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like Idiocracy, or?
Oh no, it's incredible. I think it's like probably top 10 comedies for me.
Yeah, I mean it's so like, man, yeah, so well done, smart. Yeah.
I've heard great things, and I'm embarrassed to say I've not seen it, but like I've heard it's kind of on the nose.
Oh, it's so much on the nose.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters when it came out, and it was funny, but it's like one of the few movies that like 10 years later, it just is funnier and funnier in a nauseating way.
Did you hear the Armchair Expert with Luke Wilson on?
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yeah, and they
okay,
like talk all
Shepherd.
about it, how it's kind of, you know, it's having a renaissance, and it's more popular now than it's ever been.
Mhm. Yeah,
It's so spot on. Comments, it's such biting social commentary, you know. It's really great.
John, you've gotten a compliment from Bill in the chat.
Yeah, it's amazing, John. That especially that knife really looks,
Yeah, it's really good.
you know, like it's coming out from him.
I actually really like how you handled the eye holes.
Yes.
Leslie Hubble wrote that Infinite Jest is a great book, except there's too much about tennis. Yes, there is too much about tennis. There's too much about everything.
It goes into tennis. I am so confused.
Well, yeah, he was a tennis player, and you know, it's kind of semi autobiographical. At least that was my take.
What year
Private
was it
school.
written?
What's that?
What year was it written?
I think probably like early 90s. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It was published in 96, I think.
Okay.
Did you watch Into the Tour?
No.
Oh, it's the David Foster Wallace movie. It's fantastic. I think you would really like it, Dale.
Yeah, like I said, I you know, the reason I keep going back is because I really like him. I mean, his essays are brilliant.
Yeah. If you're ever having a rough time, I literally watch the This Is Water
Oh my God.
commencement speech all the time.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
What is this? What is this you speak of?
It's called This Is Water. I'll put it in the chat so people can have
Yeah, I'd love to check. That sounds interesting. Yeah.
It's so relevant today too.
Cool.
And it's like, yeah, to summarize it, I think is like a disservice to it, but it's a commencement speech he gave, but This Is Water is a book he wrote. I didn't read the book. I just listened to the commencement.
Same here. I wasn't going to say it.
Reminds me of a scene in Being There when somebody's like, you know, do you like to read the news or watch it? And Chauncey's like, I don't read. I like to watch. You know, and the person's like, well, who does anymore? Well, literally, he doesn't read.
Do you guys think that television, like when I was young, television, I was told like made you like, it was kind of like what, I mean, I don't know. Harshly, I was told it makes you dumb. Like that's
Rots your brain.
rots your brain.
Rots your brain, yeah.
You guys feel that way?
No.
Not.
No.
I don't at all.
No, I really don't. I don't know. I could see where anything. I mean, I just think it's like balance. You know, anything can
Yeah.
rot your brain if you use too much of it.
Yeah.
You know, we all are addicts to some extent, and it's like if you don't balance things out, anything can take the place of that. You know.
Yeah. Reading can rot your brain if you read the wrong stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think television makes TikTok look like an encyclopedia.
Yeah. Yeah.
TikTok makes TV look like an encyclopedia.
Do
Yeah,
you
that's what I
feel
meant.
like, I mean, I know that reading is definitely like mainstream perceived as highbrow, but do you feel like it's truly a more valid, like, I don't know, a more valid learning?
Yeah.
Well, I think it
I,
depends, like you were saying, what you're reading.
I think, and it depends on the person too, you know, what type of learner is the person? I think we have a very, and, you know, in many cases, a very antiquated view of, you know, how people learn, you know?
That's such a good point, Don.
Hmm.
I mean, we're all experiencing things differently. We all may have similarities, and that's why we have, like, you know, a system of learning. But I mean, I don't know. I think the last few years have really I've been thinking a lot about this. I don't have an answer per se, but I just feel like we're really, I don't know. I think we just kind of do certain things because we've done it that way, and I feel like it needs a little bit of a challenge. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point.
Mhm.
You know, it's regarding the way people learn too. Like I'm I love to read, but if it's something like put it this way, I've learned pretty much everything I know about how to use computers, software through YouTube.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's watching
Yeah.
TV.
same
mean,
here.
That's watching TV. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
mean, and home repair and different
Yeah.
things, like it's such an amazing resource. Like I mean, I was making all kinds of mistakes, you know what I mean? And yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about painting. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, that's TV. Sorry.
Yeah.
And if
Well,
I had to crack a book and learn that stuff, it would
Oh
not happen.
man, I would never retain it.
No.
But
It's funny you say that because I learned Photoshop from reading a book.
Oh,
But
excruciating.
oh
but
man,
no, it's true. But
Bill.
no, but that was
No kidding.
Photoshop too. So there was so much less to
Oh,
it.
there was, yeah.
I thought you
Oh
were
yeah,
Also,
well,
wait, I
That's
thought-
how he learns versus how you learn, you know, like for him, that's how he was able to retain it.
Right.
I
But-
just
but-
was assuming Bill was going to say he printed out the WikiHow page.
No, but no, but what I was going to say is that
your half direction.
trying to learn guitar, which I've been trying lately, I can't learn it from a book. I have to watch videos on it.
Yep.
Like there's only one guitar teacher online that I found that really teaches it in a way that works for me. But
And I had a really similar experience. I learned Photoshop by Brent Watkinson reading a book.
well
That's
done.
the way to do
Well
it.
said, yes.
Yeah, I think instructional is definitely, but I'm talking, and I think that that's a good like thing to note.
Right.
But like when you talk about like do you like I know people who would like look down upon, because like a lot of times I will say that I read a book, but what I really did was I listened to it on Audible.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I've done that.
I think
like-
that's just as valid.
But I mean, is that, do you retain that? Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, see, that's the thing, is like, I think if it works for you, how is it not reading? I mean, you know, it's like, that's how you're processing things. And I don't know, I'm all for whatever works, you know? And
It's a different experience though.
you're right. It is, I think. I don't do well with audiobooks. I try as I may. I enjoy podcasts, but I just can't. I have the most difficult time, on a sustained effort to listen to it, the next episode and the next. And then, if I'm listening to it while I'm commuting, or if I have a break or something, my mind wanders way too much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
I can't, and then I'm like, oh, why am I listening to this? And it's probably really good. It's me, it's not them, it's me. So
No, it's funny because I need to listen to books and podcasts while I'm painting so my mind doesn't wander.
okay.
So to keep me in my seat so I don't start trying to do other stuff that I don't need to do, I put on a book and I let my part of the brain that would be distracted get engaged with whatever's going on there. So it's got to be an interesting book. It's got to be an interesting podcast. So I stay in my seat and work on my painting.
No, that's
Well,
cool.
I just recently started getting into podcasts, and and there's only a few that I've really gotten into lately, but it keeps me engaged in a way that an audiobook doesn't. Like an audiobook, my mind will start to drift.
Same here. Yeah.
And
Really?
you know, but to me, the difference between why I say there's the difference between reading and watching TV is that movies give you everything. You know, they give you all the visuals, all the sounds, everything, you know, everything except for the way things smell. But you have to do more work when you're reading a book or a comic book. So it's an active medium versus a passive medium.
No, I can buy that.
And so that's why like, you know, some movies, some TV shows and movies get that really well and learn how to make it more active by leaving things out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about like stuff that has like really heavy like exposition,
Mhm.
but then you're talking about like the quality of the art.
Right.
Right.
But I mean, I've
Issue.
read Steinbeck and I've seen Steinbeck movies,
Yeah.
and they can't hold up to the books.
Now I can agree with that because he's one of my favorite authors. I mean, I love The Red Pony, and
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess as you know, for me, yeah, I a great book, some, you know, like a Steinbeck or something. I just, you know, those great writers that really evoke a lot of imagery. I mean, I think that's, I don't know. I love that about illustration, you know,
Yeah.
being able to tap into that and reading, you know, so it's really important. But
Bill wants a Grapes of Wrath movie where they dedicate an hour and a half. We dedicate an hour and a half to the turtle crossing the road.
yeah.
When I was in high school, they assigned Grapes of Wrath as a summer reading requirement for us, which is an insane book to tell a bunch of like 16-year-olds.
Oh man.
Hey, you have 3 months to read this on your own. Just be sure to pace it out. Because I remember like it was the last week of summer. Everyone was like, "You start reading Grapes of Wrath yet?"
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm gonna start on Tuesday. And it was like Thursday, and you're like, I got some reading to do.
Well, it's cruel to give a homework assignment over the summer.
It is.
It's just
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I wish that Audible, because so like I've talked about this before. I was dyslexic. I guess I am dyslexic, and man, reading is not easy for me.
Right.
Ooh, like slow. I'm a slow reader. Like you asked me what book I was reading, Dale.
Yeah.
Like, I think you asked me what book I was reading like 100 episodes ago, and I was like, Ministry for the Future.
That's funny.
Yeah, same book.
Well, if I was reading Infinite Jest, yeah, it would have taken me just as long, and I wouldn't have gotten past,
yeah,
40 pages. So
I think it's pretty awesome that you dig into stuff, though. I think, yeah, because I mean, really, it's not about the time. I mean, I think it's just really, trying to. I think it's just so much more healthy. I'm not necessarily reading anything right now, but I try to look at some sort of printed matter instead of my phone at night.
Yeah.
And I find that, if I'm feeling anxious about something or I'm trying to go over the next day, it just I'm able to calm down easier. I'm really trying to be more mindful of that. I need to get back into reading something that really has, I'm kind of looking for that at the moment. But
I totally hear that.
just very briefly, I'm going to say, let's give it a 3-minute warning for this last post.
I wanted to say, Rebecca just made an interesting point. She says, being a homeschool mom has been really eye-opening as far as understanding different ways people learn. There's auditory, visual, kinesthetic, and she's learned so much about how her kids learn and how to teach them. Felicity is very auditory, so she remembers things that she hears.
oh wow,
Really good point.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And so, I'm kind of the same. If I'm not engaged in a book, if it doesn't capture me, then it can become excruciating to read, because it's very slow. But if it's an engaging book, if it's the right book, then I can't put it down.
I had a teacher in college that assigned his own 400-page book. for
Oh
us.
my God.
For real?
That's
Oh
how you
my
get
God.
the sales, baby.
That's
Oh, man.
hubris.
Yeah, it's got to get that second printing,
It was embarrassing. It was
Don, that is
embarrassing.
looking so cool. That,
Oh,
that
thank you.
red and orange.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Oh, Bill, that's awesome. All you guys, John, that is
Yeah,
killer.
I did
Oh,
a second
yeah.
one. I did a
Yeah,
second
that's really
one.
coming together, John.
Um,
Oh, hey, I was going to say, I put this earlier in the chat. This is, kind of going back here a bit, but Cassandra, it's Making Ink is the book. It's all about,
Thank you.
it's in the
I'm gonna look
chat,
that
like,
up.
and I can always send it to you if you don't find it, but it's a great little book. Talk about great little book, but
I really want to check that out.
I just, I'm still kind of fixated on like YouTube for instructions and stuff, what you're saying earlier, Dale, because I just, I kind of was wandering thinking about that. And especially lately, I think as far as, and I think that's, I'll just put a shameless plug for what, you guys are doing with Visual Arts Passage. I think in many ways, it's so much more effective. I have students right now at CCS that have either been involved with the Academy or Visual Arts Passage or Studio Bridge, and I see them retaining things better.
that's great to hear.
Good, I'm glad.
I mean, I'm really, and it's really great. I mean, one of them, like you guys might know, Nate Schweitzer.
Nate is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Boy,
just
he's good.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and there's a few, just like him, and I think I don't know. I really think that. Because it's really got a very much a human element, but it's like you're able to, for me too. I don't, I don't take the best notes, but being able to go back and replay like 20 times until I get it. I mean, I can't make a stronger plug for it. I think it's really valuable at any age.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I can see that. It's interesting. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just
Sure,
going to say kind of the difference between movies and books is sort of, I don't know if this is related, but like, I don't want to spend any time looking at the photograph of Freddy Krueger, the dream guy.
Does
But
he scare you?
no, it's just
I'm just kidding.
it doesn't interest me. But the drawings that you all are doing of Freddy Krueger are way more interesting to me.
Yeah, I can buy that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like looking at all your stuff. Yeah, I mean, I could look at that for a long time.
Well, I really like to see, like, I'm looking hardcore at the photo, and then I look up and I see things that you guys saw that I didn't see, and then it makes me want to add, like, oh, I wasn't paying attention to that shadow that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I find
But,
that
like,
that stuff really exciting.
Totally.
in the photo, I get caught up looking at his face. But when I was watching Cassandra draw, I'm realizing he's wearing a striped shirt and how ridiculous that is. And it,
Actually, a really small robe.
Well, whenever I think of Freddy Krueger, I always think of the Simpsons episode with Yards Keeper
Yes.
Willie. Is it Yards Keeper Willie? Yeah. Oh,
oh,
it's so good, and he's in
Is
there.
that
with
also the episode with the shinning?
Yes.
yeah.
It's so good. Like I've got to figure out where that's at, dig it up and watch it again because it's so funny.
I think
it's like,
Disney Plus has like all of the like Hallow or the Treehouse series.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, I just I haven't watched it lately, but that was one of my favorite things around Halloween was just the
I would always look forward to those episodes.
Hey everybody, it's time. It's time to post your work. All right.
Sweet.
Yeah, the clock is up. So please post now. Drop your pencils. If you don't start posting now, you're gonna miss it. and there will be no refreshes. So
Ooh, the
You should-
dictator has spoken.
Right. Batman of Zoom says no go.
so be sure to post it. Use hashtag illustration isolation and that visual arts passage. We're gonna give you a minute, and then John's gonna open it up. So, but don't wait.
How come Freddy Krueger doesn't have claws on his thumb?
Because, just,
You need your opposable thumb, man. I mean,
yeah, you got to grip, you claw and then you grip.
Well, and so like this hand prop apparently was extremely sharp, and so the actor who played Freddy Krueger put it on, and immediately the guy was like, "It's really sharp," and he like cut himself within like 10 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, he like slashed open his thumb.
Oh, God.
Because so he said it took him a while, but once he got used to it, he would like cut his food with his glove, and
Why
He's
does
like
it,
got little
he would
sausages
spear
or whatever.
grapes from the craft table.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Why does it need to be sharp? I mean, it's just a prop, like.
It was probably easier to make sharp than dull, maybe. I don't know. Like literally just cut apart knives. I'm not sure.
That's
So what color is this guy's jumpsuit? It's just like
Burgundy, like a
brown,
navy.
right?
it's the color
Oh,
that-
who, Freddy?
It's like this. It's like brown, isn't it?
I think it's like a grayish brown, kind of typical mechanic.
Yeah.
Coverall.
But John, that looks fantastic as is.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
It's weird.
That's awesome.
You
Yeah.
could do it like a Squid Game jumpsuit.
Have you-
I saw a TikTok
I gotta
video
watch
where they made a Squid Game jumpsuit for their dog.
Oh my God.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I gotta watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
I just started watching it last night, and I gotta tell you, I'm hooked.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it. Oh, go ahead.
No, I think I'm gonna pace myself with it. I think I'll try to. I don't know. Well, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
I will say it is, not light material.
No,
I
Yeah.
suggest the one with subtitles.
yes. The
Does-
subtitles definitely. The dubbing isn't very good.
The dubbing's awful.
Oh, I didn't even think of the dubbing. I
Oh.
just
Oh,
didn't know
okay.
it was dubbing. I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah,
were
yeah, 'cause-
joking.
Yeah.
No, no,
definitely.
'cause
Giving everybody the warning. I'm hitting the refresh for the last time.
Get it posted.
I saw the Rami Malek parody of the Squid Game with was it Pete Sanderson or whatever his
Oh,
name
on
is?
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson, thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
I love Pete Davidson. He
that was really, they did a rap song
Funny.
about Squid Games.
Oh, nice.
it was country.
Here we
Ooh.
go.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Get some
Wow.
things out of the way here.
Somebody just asked, is anyone entering work to Society of Illustrators 64? I hope a bunch of people are. In this
Yeah,
meeting.
man.
Of course.
Yeah.
Every year,
Nice.
Good.
got to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, AJ, I hope you do.
Yeah, seriously.
Good, man.
Look at that.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
Ah,
awesome.
okay, now I know what color his knife and his coveralls have to be. Nice job, Chuck.
AJ, especially.
Oh, yeah, do that one.
You have to do that.
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Oh, that's delightful.
That
Oh,
is
man.
awesome. Oh my God.
Gets to the point.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
Nice,
Gary,
Gary.
that is
Yeah.
good.
Now
Oh,
Gary's been with us all day. He drew
I
with us
love
this
the
morning.
splash marks down it too. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
It's great.
that's awesome.
Looks like he's trying to
Ooh,
claw out of your
The
drawing.
one,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here. A couple of these won't open. I don't know if they're films or,
Oh boy, I don't know.
there we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Clicked it
Wow.
twice.
Can you-
Nice.
So it's been a
Can you do the one on the
turbulent
left there?
It
That's
has been
amazing.
a
Yeah, that's
turbulent
cool.
time for the Facebook and Instagram app. So, that middle
Oh,
one.
I'm loving. Oh, that's
Ooh.
so
Really
good.
nice, AJ.
Wow.
Kind of
That's
got a
great.
Sienkiewicz look.
It really does. Yeah.
Which
Totally.
I'm actually going to go to the real source of that. It's got a Bob Peak look.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
there you go.
He says it in the chat in the caption.
What do you say?
Channeling my inner Sienkiewicz.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Really nice.
I went to the original resource.
Yeah,
The
There's
source
some
of the
really great.
source.
Look at that. That is fun.
that's cool.
Nice.
Fun.
Look at that.
Wow.
Good
This
job,
is-
Sienna.
Really nice.
Wow. I gotta look at this one.
Mel said, I missed
Oh, nice. Good job, Jeff.
it. Somebody says they missed it, but be really honest. Did you start posting when I said put your pencil down?
Wow, that is.
Oh, wow.
wonderful.
Joe,
Oh
that's
wow, I
really
love that.
good.
And,
Fun,
soft
Joe.
lips on that blade. Yeah.
Oh, the blur in the foreground, like it,
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's
Oh,
great.
that's
Oh
cool.
man.
Yeah.
They said they have slow Wi-Fi, which that makes me feel like we should do
Ooh.
one refresh.
I
Like,
knew
Oh,
that.
I love it.
Oh,
Really nice, Victor.
This is
Victor,
part
right.
of his series. Like he's
Starting to become identifiable.
oh, Victor, I love it.
Oh,
Have you
that's
guys,
so
I mean, you
good.
guys have seen his others, right? This is like, this
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
a beautiful
Yeah.
series, man. I
Oh,
love
good.
seeing these, man. More of those. Yeah.
Oh, I'm loving the color there.
Look
Oh
at that.
man.
Wow. Yeah.
Totally
Wow.
catches the creepiness of it.
Oh, it really does.
Ooh.
Oh, gosh.
So fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be wearing 3D glasses for that.
That is, oh, I love that.
Hey kids.
That's awesome.
Delightful.
Oh man.
That should be a t-shirt or
I don't know where to go. There's a lot of great ones. in
So many
here.
good ones.
Ooh,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Really bold. Yeah.
Wait, go to the one
I feel
over
bad.
there.
I mean, some of these things are so
Oh,
great. These
Paul,
Paul.
that is really
Yeah.
good.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
that is-
So
It's
fun.
just so I
I
love
love
it.
that it has like a whole pop art feel to it.
yeah.
Yeah. I would hang that up on a wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's cool.
Robert Smith meets like Leatherface. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great ones.
Ooh, that's cool.
All of these. Look at this.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's so great.
Oh, beautiful. Nice wash.
Well, there's others too. I apologize.
I knew it was going to be good. I knew they were all
Yeah.
going to be good.
Yeah, look at that one.
Oh, cool.
Rebecca, I hope
Nice.
Felicity doesn't have nightmares from doing these
I-
amazing drawings.
Just,
Yeah,
I was just
totally.
thinking that.
I got a feeling Rebecca's gonna like call me at like 3 a.m. this morning.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
John, we need you to help somebody go to bed.
Will you talk to
I
my
know, I
dog?
know.
Oh,
Fine.
Oh,
Wow.
it's fun.
Wow.
What is
This
that?
is
That's
interesting.
Crazy.
That's great.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
I
I
love
feel
that.
like that could be like a sweater, you know, like done in
Yeah.
a pixel pattern.
Ooh,
That's
that's
our first pixel. That's the first pixel art.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
original.
I want more pixel art.
There's
Gina
so many
wrote,
good ones here.
without
Look at
context,
this.
these are just weirdos with weapons.
That's great.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
People got really expressive with these things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like on wood.
Like the yin and yang of
Ooh.
Mike Myers.
That's
Where to go?
Wow.
very nice, Nikki. That's cool too.
It's a good drawing.
Mhm.
It
Oh.
is.
I was gonna say that the Michael Myers in the middle almost looks like a Ted Lasso Michael Myers. The one up,
The one above that.
the one above. Yeah.
He's from Kansas City.
Kansas City
Oh,
Mike.
no. Not again.
Oh, I like that one, Jeff.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Yeah,
What is
very
that?
cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be nightmares.
Awesome, man.
that is rad.
Very good.
Yeah.
All these are great. Wow, look at all the way across. Really nice. Very expressive.
Nice.
Color in this one. It's fun.
Wow.
Doing it again. Tried it. There we go.
Strange. Huh. Wow, nice blotchy line.
Like the nice
Jeez.
red on the chainsaw.
Uh-huh.
You know what?
You can have dinner with us.
Is this
Just
going
as
to be your
long.
new invitation? Like, this is how you're going to invite people to your house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good Thanksgiving invitation.
Right. Come join us.
Well, we're to the end already.
Right.
Wow.
so
Oh.
We'll
this-
stop on this one.
Okay. Well,
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Didn't that
Dang.
hurt?
Yeah.
I'm
That's-
gonna make a plea for one more refresh, and this just can't happen again, people. It just
Wow.
You're starting to sound like Jimmy Swaggart. I never ask. I never ask. But I'm going to ask you all for a donation today.
donate your used car. Donate your used car to Visual Arts Passage.
Oh man.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, gee. Wow.
Wow. Is he holding sushi in his hand?
Wow.
Ooh.
Like, someone made a space for screen. That's
Right.
Everybody's wondering if your artwork isn't showing, it's probably because your account. There's a good chance it's because your account is private.
Oh.
This is
Yeah.
great. Awesome.
It's
Right.
Scram.
Scram.
Oh, that's cool texture.
I think we're back, aren't we?
That
Yeah.
was awesome. All right, everybody.
Oh man.
What a fun night. Thank you, everybody.
Super
Thank you,
fun.
Cassandra and
Yeah,
Dale.
thank you. It's so
Bill.
much fun.
Thank you, guys.
That was
It
so
was
much
fun.
fun.
A lot of
So
fun.
great to
Amy,
be
I
back.
appreciate it.
So next week is either
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys or what was it, John?
We talked
Shining.
about The Shining. We
I
talked.
already created a Facebook event for Lost Boys. So
Could it be like a mashup?
Well, you know what? Audrey
Let's go
sent me
into
a bunch
November.
of. She sent me a bunch of reference. It's really good,
yeah.
but I'm not going to do it if she doesn't show up. So I'm putting pressure.
Oh,
Ooh, gauntlet.
I'm
I'll go ahead
gonna.
and say that I've already created enough marketing material for it. We're going with it.
Okay.
But I think we can bring what is it we're talking about doing? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Anyways, we're gonna do Lost Boys next week. So tune
Okay.
in, be there for the Halloween episode.
And then we got a great follow up too that Chris Payne and I have been working on. So it's going to be fun.
Ooh.
All right,
Square,
everybody,
be square.
have a great week. I look forward to seeing you all next week.